Hello everybody, I am Keaton and this is the Kinetic Catholic Ministries YouTube channel. I didn't just want to jump back into it after the announcement video and sort of not further explain what the announcement video kind of had all in it. Please go and check that out if you haven't yet already. The announcement video will be linked in the description down below to sort of get some more details about why I'm taking this next step from Catholic to Kinetic Catholic Ministries. But I wanted to take some time and just further explain. I've done channel updates before. This is a massive channel update because this is a lot of new stuff that we got. First of all, I don't expect everybody who knew me as Kid Catholic to suddenly just, bam, know my new name. Because of that, if you'll notice, my social media is the YouTube channel. We're sort of combining it, Kid Catholic / Kinetic Catholic Ministries, just so that people can still recognize who I am, right? What this is. And so that'll stay the same for a couple of months before we fully work to completely transition over to Kinetic Catholic Ministries, because that transition is going to take a while. There's a couple of things that you guys need to know. Those who keep up to date with me and have outside of the YouTube and on social media in general, the new Instagram is Kinetic Catholic. So that's the @ it's Kinetic Catholic. It's no longer kid.catholic. The website is now kineticcatholicministries.com or kineticministries.com, but kineticcatholic.com is the main one. Guys, what's super exciting is we have up a brand new shop. So you can go to kineticcatholic.shop.com and you'll find a brand new store that we got. And beyond just Kinetic Catholic merch, there's also just really cool merch on here. There's a hoodie that just says Catholic, which I've gotten some recommendations for that. There's a really cool shirt or a hoodie that's one of my favorite, and it says Church of the Future, and future is crossed out and it says now, because as Gen Z, we are more than just the Church of the Future. We are the Church of the now. So a whole bunch of really cool merch on there, as well as youth sizes. Definitely please go check that out. Super proud of this store. That will be linked in the description down below. One of the big questions that I've gotten ever since the announcement video dropped is the advisory board. What is the advisory board's purpose? What are they going to be doing? Now, in the early stages of this ministry, I want to make this clear. The ministry is like a newborn baby, right? In the early stages of this ministry, not much is going to change. The advisory board may not be as involved as other advisory boards, but they're still there to help, and they're all people who have supported me deeply. So there's an advisory board page on my website, and Father Christopher Bashirs is on it. He's my confirmation sponsor. He's helped me a lot with Kid Catholic in general, and making sure that I'm theologically accurate, that I'm doing a good job, that I'm not going against church teaching, and that role of his will continue. Then Michael Marchand is also on here. He's the founder of Project YM. He's the reason I got to go to Uganda. He's helped me out a lot with speaking engagements. He's the reason I got to speak in NCYC a couple of years ago. And he's sort of been a mentor for me in the youth ministry world. Me, who wanting to get involved in youth ministry, but obviously haven't really been involved in youth ministry. And so he's helped mentor that a lot, and will continue with this new ministry, guide what's right for the next steps. We have my mom, Cheryl Gummerson, who's on the board. She's we've given her the nickname Momager a lot. For speaking engagements, she's worked out dates. For events, she's worked out dates. And as Kinetic Catholic Ministry grows and we start doing events with more people, more than just me going and speak places, she'll be really good at sort of helping and guiding that, along with just advising my videos in general. Then Michelle Britton is a CPA, which is fancy accountant stuff that I could never do, right? And is helping with the money aspect of this ministry. So another question I could ask is, what's changing? Right now, not much. As it grows, more and more stuff. I have a lot of ideas in my head for stuff that we could even do within the next couple of months. I don't want to just sit and spew those ideas for a couple of reasons. Number one, and probably the biggest, is because I don't know for sure if they can happen, right? There's a lot of work that goes into this. I spent a lot of time switching everything over to Kinetic Catholic Ministries, and in the same way, any new venture that Kinetic has is going to take some time to develop. And so I have some ideas for stuff that could hopefully be coming within the next couple of months, and the advisory board will sort of help meet, discuss, and talk about that, and if we feel that it's beneficial and fruitful for what the mission of Kinetic Catholic Ministries is. Also, super important. There's a new email, right? The previous email was kidcatholic1@gmail.com. That email will still work to contact me, but the new email for the ministry is kineticcatholicministries@gmail.com. That will be in the description down below. kineticcatholicministries@gmail.com. So again, we're getting a whole bunch of stuff switched over with the new email, with the new website, with the new shop. It's changing. And again, right now, yeah, it looks like it's just the branding and not much else. But that's okay, because it'll come, and it'll come with time. So that's sort of the advisory board's role within Kinetic Catholic Ministries in general. Guys, again, I cannot stress this enough. I know I said it in my announcement video, but I want to continue saying it. Thank you guys so much for your support. This is only possible with you. This channel update, going in on this new venture, is only able to happen because of you guys and your guys' support. The overwhelming support that I got in my announcement video. It's indescribable how thankful I am for it. I know it's cliche to say, but I wish there was a word that was bigger than thank you, because oh my goodness, thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys so much for sticking by my side. And I'm really happy about it. This is what God's calling me to do, and it's, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit anxious filled what's coming next, but in the end it'll be worth it, and to see the new ventures that Kid Catholic Ministries has in mind. So now that the topic is done, do y'all know what it's time for now? It's time for the Saint of the Week. And today's Saint of the Week is Saint Rose of Lima. Now, Saint Rose of Lima, her feast day is today, which is really, really cool. But she somewhat modeled her life after Saint Catherine of Siena. She was considered very, very beautiful, and so she was afraid that that would become a distraction for her relationship with God, that would get in the way of how close she was to become what's the word I'm looking for? To become holy, and how close she would get with God. So she decided to try and mask that. She would scar her face. She even wore like a silver thing like over her head that had like kind of spikes on the inside. It's hard to explain. It did sort of resemble the crown of thorns, like penances that she would do. When her parents brought up the idea of marriage, she absolutely refused. But they wouldn't let her enter into a convent. So out of obedience for her parents, she continued to live a humble, somewhat quiet life at home, doing deep penances. And then in the later years of her life, she developed a whole room in her house that was just dedicated to caring for the sick and for the poor, which is absolutely beautiful. It was the beginning, to a degree, it was the beginning of social services in Peru, that kind of charity, that kind of lovingness for those who were dealing with those things. That wasn't something that was done. And St. Rose of Lima was sort of the first to get that ball rolling. When she died at the age of 31, the city, unexpectedly to some people, turned out for her funeral with prominent men like within the city taking turns carrying her coffin, which is just such a beautiful thing. Beyond that, after she was canonized, she is considered the first canonized saint of the Americas, because she's from Peru, so South America, so South and North America, the first canonized saint of the Americas, which is honestly pretty cool, in my personal opinion. Now, St. Rose of Lima is a great example of this idea of humbleness, of not having to be seen by everybody, not having to be number one, but living a quiet and deep, humble life with St. Rose of Lima. We hear about so many of these amazing saints who are either martyrs or they go out and they evangelize from country to country, which is a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong, that is a beautiful thing. But St. Rose of Lima is a prime example of how we can even live a quiet, humble life and still have just as much devout and loving holiness. And anytime we feel like we're struggling with that, we can pray through St. Rose of Lima for help. St. Rose of Lima, pray for us. Now, before you guys click off this video, again, we got a new shop. That's kineticcatholicshop.com. Please go check that out. There's a whole bunch of awesome merch on there. Please check out all three of my social medias. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The link to all three of those will be linked in the description down below, as well as the new Gmail, which is kineticcatholicministries@gmail.com. Please check out the new website, kineticcatholicministries.com. There's so many awesome things you can do on there. You can read about our mission. You can see our advisory board. You can find the shop up on there, and you can contact us, which would be absolutely lovely. Please comment and send your topic suggestions that you have for future videos. Please click the red subscribe button down below and the bell next to it. That way you get notified when we come out with a new video. If you want to reach out to me about booking to come and speak to your church, school, men's group, women's group, youth group, parish, you name it, I would love to do that. Please go to the website and click the contact us page to reach out to us about that. Thank you guys so much again for watching. I hope that y'all are having a wonderful start to your school year so far. This was Keaton of Kinetic Catholic Ministries. I will see y'all next week, and hi Brielle.